You're welcome to 15 minutes on book club. My name is Chibi. On book club, we usually bring you books that we have read. We have a community of book lovers, and what we do always is to summarize and review great books, either on personal development, on leadership, on management, or Christian books, and even fiction as well. In fact, there is something coming on fiction. Just stay glued to this station. All right, today I'm bringing you a new book. It's my pastor's book. Yes, Pastor Sam Adeyemi. And this is one of the books that he wrote at the early stage of his ministry when he said he was preaching on giving. And then he asked God one day, I said, these people do not have. Is there anything about getting money, making money that he can preach from the Bible? And then they said some of the inspiration, in fact, this was the first inspiration that God gave to him. And that is what he used to write this book. Start with what you have, from Sam Adeyemi. Yeah, this is Start with What You Have by Pastor Sam Adeyemi. And this is a very interesting book. And he brought up principles about making wealth from the Bible, and these are very, very good principles. Some of the scriptures you have read them before and we just overlook them. My dear, this is the book. There are so many testimonies about this book, and according to him, he said there are some people that have told him that anytime they started their business with this book, and even anytime they are having issues on their business, they always go back to read this book, and the wisdom on what to do always come. I'm just going to share with you 4 things today about this book, and I also want you to go and pick it up and read as well. All right, the first thing I will share is that he said, when you don't know what to do, he said, seek God. That was something he always said. He said that when unbelievers, when they run into problems, they run into the church, they run to God. He said, but believers, when they run into problems, they start running helter-skelter. It's such an irony, but it's true. So he said that when you don't know what to do, when your finances are, going the way you don't expect, relationship, he said the next thing you need to do is just to seek God. And that was the what happened to the widow that he used as an example at the introduction of this book. He was talking about the widow that went to Prophet Elijah and then was saying her husband died, left her with 2 sons, and then with a lot of debt. Now the creditors had come. They wanted to take away the sons, and then what should she do? So the first thing she did was to seek God, and that was what he said. He said he went to the prophet who counseled her on what to do, and then she had the solution to pay her debt. So that's the first thing. He said, seek God. When you don't know what to do again, he said, seek God. Then the second thing, he said, what do you have? What's in your hand? Because that was the question the prophet asked the woman. He said, what is in your hand? What he said, God will never leave us with nothing, in a way that when he wants to move us from point A to B, of where we are to where he's taking us, there will be nothing around us that he can do. He said, no, God never creates any man like that. He has deposited gifts into everybody. We are all unique, and he has deposited gifts into us. He said there is something in your hand. If you look very well, it could be your writing skills, it could be your dancing skills, it could be your teaching ability. He said there must be something in your hand. Some people are very good in administration. It may be your human resources skills, it may be in your relationship skills. Some people, they easily make relations, they easily make friends. Those relationships, they are money if you don't know, because you can actually use it when you need to do business or make a financial progress. So he said that, what do you have? Look within. What is in your hand? Then he also said, number 3, he said that recognize the potentials God has put around you. Apart from what you have, are you getting me? He said there are also some, which is number 2, he said there are also some potentials you need to observe around you. Recognize the potential, the people, the relationships, the resources that God has positioned around you, that he can use to move you from where you are and then move you to another place, a better place, a higher level in your financial life. He said that perish the thought that you won't do any work. God does not just drop money to people. No, he said God, heaven doesn't do that. That they will just be, you pray for money and then they will be raining money. That no. He said, but there are some resources he has positioned around us. There are some potentials he has positioned around us. There are relationships. that has positioned around us, that if you just look around very well with the eyes of the spirit, you'll be able to identify, what do I need to do? What are the things that are around me that I can use, to progress financially? Then he said the last thing, when God reveals to you what he wants you to do, he said, just like the prophet told the woman what to do, he said, sell for profit. Some people, they don't know how to do business. They sell things and then they don't collect money, and then people go away with their profit. I don't know, you are not in business. He says sell for profit. Not just that you sell to make profit. There must be something in your hand, a value that you will also use to exchange for value, which is money. So there must be something that people will see, something that you would have developed in yourself, a product or a service that you are offering, that you will offer, and it has to be valuable, that you will be offering to people, that in exchange you will get it from it. He said this is how wealth is created. It is not something that is like, it is difficult. He said it is not as difficult as we think. If we can start with where we are, start with what we have. He said most people used to think that they do not have what it takes to start. He said we all have something that we can use to start. He said an action is very, very important. He said everything will remain in the state that it is until something is done. That's the law of motion. Everything will remain at the way it is until an action, is performed on them. So that is the same way with our finances too. He said that you must be able to start with what you have. It doesn't matter how small. He said that is just enough for you to move to the next level. So I'll just advise you to go and get this book. It is very, 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 very good book. Many businesses had started just through this book. All right, so next time I'm bringing something. I published a book too, so I'm going to show you. Yes, I've been doing advertising on other people's book. Yes, I'm bringing my own book too. Just watch out.